Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about the Sailor Pro Gear Slim versus the Jinhao 82. So I recently got the Jinhao 82. It's been on my list for a while, but I was waiting for a color that I really liked and I've been wanting a purple pen. So this is in translucent purple. It looks amazing under the light. The one here is an actual Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This is the Dragon Palace from their Shikiori series, which is nature seasons inspired. So let's get into it. Obviously, for someone who's not deep into fountain pens, these two pens look very similar. You might even think they're from the same company. And if you're a fountain pen enthusiast, looks are definitely one part of a pen, but another part is how well it writes. So I'll be going deeper into the details of each one and what you might want to consider if you are deciding or looking into either of these pens. All right, so I've had the Sailor Pro Gear Slim for a little less than a year now, and it's been an amazing pen. This is a beautiful, almost jade-like color with gold speckles. Sailor is known for doing really beautiful colorways. It's a bit of a joke that they can always, push out another limited edition and people will line up to buy it. Some of their editions are not available in certain countries, so getting a purple pen from Sailor seems to be particularly difficult, especially the one I was looking at, which is kind of like a milky purple. So this is a 14 karat gold nib. It says it right here. It has the characteristic Sailor anchor on it. The nib is amazing. If you haven't tried a Sailor nib before, I definitely recommend it. You can even look into their LeCool or some of their other options. This one I was able to get on sale because it's been released for a couple years now. I was able to get it shipped from Japan and it was about $70 USD. Usually their Pro Gear Slim series is almost $200 and their Pro Gear series is like $300, $400 depending on the colors, which that's very pricey for a pen. Depending on how deep you are into that hobby, but Sailor constantly pushes out new colors, so you do sometimes get into a bit of a frenzy with that if you're not careful. But this is my only Sailor pen and I really love it. I'm lucky that I got a color that I really liked and it happened to be on sale. You can take a look at that. And now this is a Jinhao pen. So Jinhao, you can see this right here, Jinhao. I took a look at the company and their company website, and Jin means gold and Hao means full or fullness. So maybe it's like full of gold. And Jinhao's been around since 1980s. So that's pretty impressive. They have made incredible strides to do their manufacturing. They describe themselves as a blend of Eastern and Western elements. You can see the nib here. This is a steel nib in fine, and you can see their logo is a horse carriage and someone sitting on it. You can see it looks like it's, has some gold color plating, but this is a steel nib. And yeah, it feels pretty good in the hand. I was very impressed. This is also my first Jinhao pen, so I wasn't sure how it would actually compare. And they have so many different models. If you take a look at their website, they're based in Shanghai and they do fountain pens, ballpoint pens, and they have lots of unique designs. They don't all just look like sailors. They don't all just look like something else. They do have their own unique designs, but this is a very interesting color. It's a translucent purple, and that's something I've been looking for. So that's just some off the bat impressions, comparisons. Weight-wise, I think the Sailor is a little bit heavier. The plastic or resin on the Sailor feels a little more heavy duty, maybe because it's not translucent. The translucent does feel, just like a little bit cheaper. I think this would probably be more similar to the Sailor LeCool series. That one retails about like $30, $40. So looks impressive. I really like how it feels, how it looks. The Sailor itself, I mean, it's hard to compete with how Sailor is able to embed like speckles of glitter or gold in there. It's really cool. And then of course Sailor has the finial, and you know, depending on certain limited editions, you might be able to get different finials, which is cool. All right, so let's put these to the test and see how they write. I think they're both about 2 turns. Yeah, they're both about 2 turns, which is all right. Okay, so I will be using Hobonichi Tomoe River paper, 52 GSM. This is the original Tomoe River paper. This is an older Hobonichi I hadn't finished. So we can do a quick writing sample. Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and this is Jinhao. All right, so immediately, if you're able to hear on the video, it is actually, you can hear the sound of the Sailor feedback. This is an 14 karat gold nib. You can hear the sound. It feels like a pencil. Let's say you just sharpened your pencil and you run it across the pages a few times and then you start writing at the sweet spot. That is what it feels like. It's really interesting. It provides great control over paper such as the Tomoe River paper, which is coated, it's a little bit slipperier, which, you know, works in favors if your pen is scratchy, but Sailor is not scratchy. It's just, it has that ASMR sound to it. I like it a lot. And it's quite a dream on this paper. Sometimes I wouldn't use this on, you know, like a really rough paper that might just be, you know, not very cohesive. So, and this, I'm writing with a Sailor ink cartridge that came with it. It's black. It did not come with a converter. So these are both cartridge converter pens, and that means you can either pop in a cartridge and toss that out after, or you can use a converter and draw up ink from a bottle of ink itself for something like this. Yeah, let me just show you what that looks like on the inside. This is a cartridge. You can see I've used about half of it already. I would say Sailor converters are not the best. Neither are Pilot's converters, especially their smaller capacity ones. But it feels, for a cartridge itself, it's fine, and I can always just, you know, put some eyedropper ink back into it. So, and it looks beautiful on the desk. I have to say, Sailor just knows how to make colors. And then Jinhao. So this Jinhao, it's a Shanghainese company. I believe they make their own nibs, and you know what? Their nibs are pretty good. I would say it feels like a TWSBI steel nib. This is a steel nib. Less feedback. And this is in a fine nib. I forgot to write, this is in medium fine. So a lot of their Pro Gear Slims, especially the Shikiori series, they come in that medium fine nib. I would say that this is actually closer to perhaps a medium for Sailor. I have heard Jinhao, their nib comparison sizes align closer to the Western nib size. So that's something to keep in mind if that interests you. And it comes with a converter. It's also a cartridge converter.
Comes with converter. Did not come with any cartridges. And I'm currently writing with Choo Choo Sailor ink. So that's this ink sample right here, which looks pretty dark. So, and let's talk about pricing. This is where Jinhao, it's hard to compete with their price. Their price is just phenomenal. You can get this pen for under $4 USD. Shipping is maybe $2. So you can altogether get this for like $4 to $6, which is very impressive from AliExpress. Just choose a seller that's sold, a few of them before, has some reviews. They're more or less the same. Pro Gear Slim, it retails for $180 USD, but you can get it for sale under $100 on a different website if they're not an official retailer. Kind of gray market, if you will, if it comes from Japan. If it is an older edition, so that's kind of where it depends. The Shikiori series is currently on sale, some of the versions. All right, so the question is, does this write better? Does this write almost $100 better, or I don't know, at least $80 better? It's hard to say. That's something, is very personal. You can see here the nibs look a little different. The Sailor nib is bigger. If you are a true fountain pen enthusiast, I do think it's worth trying the Sailor nib because it is very unique. And, often the plastic bodies that they come out with different colors, that's just the way for people to, probably get their favorite color, ink it up with, their ink collection. But I personally think the Sailor nib is what draws people in. The Jinhao nib is so smooth. I did not expect it to so smooth. It hasn't had any hard starts. I was writing with it last night. I was putting it on different types of paper, and I'm really surprised. It works well. It might even work better than some of the TWSBI pens out there. So in TWSBI, those retail eco series, like about $35, and then their 580 is about 60 to 85. So, this is a great way to try out the Sailor body if you haven't had one before. Try this pen out if you want to put shimmer inks in it and you don't want to put shimmer inks in like your pricier pens, just in case it clogs the nib. Or you just want a beautiful pen that sits on your desk and you're not afraid to take on the go. Sometimes I am a little nervous taking this one because I've heard like sometimes Sailor has like a hairline crack on it if you like use it too often or you drop it. Sometimes it's just nice to take a pen that works. You can take it anywhere, take it to a airplane, train station, and just feel confident that if anything happens, it's not going to be too painful. So that's something I wanted to share. So let me do a quick writing sample on Midori paper. Midori paper is MD paper. It is pretty well known with the Traveler's Notebook. A lot of their inserts use it. It's not coated, so it has a bit of tooth. And we'll see how it goes. So this is the Jinhao. Oh wow, it's much thicker. Not quite sure why. And it's smooth, but I feel like the nib is, I think, touching more of the fibers of the paper, so feels more textured or more wet. I can't say it's the best feeling, so that's something to keep in mind. Versus the Sailor. Yeah, Sailor Pro Gear Slim seems okay on this so far. Obviously neither feel as great as writing on Tomoe River because this has some feedback, but yeah, this does seem much thicker for some reason. This is the Sailor 82. Yeah, this almost looks like a broad on the MD paper. But overall, I'm very happy with my purchase. One does not replace the other, I'll say it that way. They kind of complement each other in a way. They look beautiful together and can use them for different purposes. And one is more on the go, one can stay at home. Yeah, let me know. Have you seen the Jinhao 82s out there? Are you interested in them? Some people like to mix and match their different parts, like the caps, with something else, with another color, just to create different colorways, like they're at a Sailor, design factory. But if you are a true Sailor fan, the nib is what you are actually going after. So just thought I would share this little update about these two pens. Price point wise, if you're new to fountain pens, I definitely recommend Jinhao. I am impressed with how their pens work, and let's say you get a dud on one of the nibs, that's not the end of the world. You can get another pen for maybe $4 or reach back out to the seller. So don't let the price point deter you. It's actually a great way for someone new to fountain pens to discover the joy of it. Especially since, Jinhao, they include the converter for you, which, teaches a new person to fountain pen how to draw this ink up, have, already put in there for you. So that's just impressive. The ink drawing up experience was seamless, so nothing wrong with their converter. Yeah. All right, so let me know what you think. Would you be interested in trying a Jinhao pen? Do you have a Sailor pen? And let me know your thoughts. I'm very curious. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!